Welcome back. All right, so some news of the day for your Wednesday, and some fun as well that I'll have towards the bottom of this. Because we're at that time of the year, right, where I load up hockey sites, like, hey, there's all kinds of new. Oh, yeah. So, right. But not in the meh category is Dylan Holloway, who, if you chose him to win the Calder this year, that's very unlikely to happen. He's had wrist surgery. He's out for 3 months. So he won't be back until, I guess that makes it mid December. And yeah, so hopefully he's okay at the end of that. Hopefully this is going to be one of those injuries that flares up later. Hopefully this surgery fixes it, done and done, and he comes back ready to play in December. But he was seen as a guy who had maybe an outside shot, and now for the next 3 months he won't be on the ice playing for the Oilers. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. New Jersey yesterday, and I was actually out. I was at my mother's yesterday, so I wasn't home. And she said, "Well, you could do a video here," and I'm like, I don't think so. But yeah, because without a whiteboard, people are like, who's this? What's happening? And then of course is this a new set? No. So 3 professional tryouts have been given out by the New Jersey Devils. These are players who are not under contract with the Devils yet. They are trying out to earn themselves a contract. Jimmy Vesey. And again, every time VC's on a board like this, I think there was a bidding war for his services. There were teams that were fighting to get him 5 years ago. And here we are. Mark Jankowski, a former first-round draft pick, who was highly thought of as recently as, 3 years ago? And Tyler Wotherspoon also gets a professional tryout contract. So we'll see whether or not any of the three earn themselves jobs with the New Jersey Devils. Both VC and Jankowski could be decent for the fourth line. There's no offense there though, and I mean it's possible Jankowski rediscovers it, but I think those odds get longer and longer every year. Same with VC. Wotherspoon, depth defenseman. And yeah, we'll see which of if any of them end up earning themselves contracts. We'll probably know over the next couple of weeks. So on the Kaprizov front, things have been kind of quiet, and it's weird because when Bill Guerin talks about it, it doesn't sound like it's going well at all. And he's basically like, "Look, I've made him a good offer," and he's talking about how when he was a player, he held out for a couple of times, and it didn't work out well for him either time because if you hold out, if you're not in camp on time, you're behind. So then you sign your contract in, say, November. You come over, you play, and then you're behind everybody else in your conditioning. You're behind everybody else in all of the parts of the game that are important if you want to be part of a winning team. So Guerin's basically, on some level, playing hardball and trying to reason with him at the same time on a public side of it. And I don't know. We haven't heard a word out of a Kaprizov, right? I mean, the whole KHL thing, that didn't happen, so he's not playing in the KHL. But he's still not in the States, so he's got to go through like quarantines and everything else coming over. He's got to have the work visa all figured out. It takes time. So odds are that since training camp opens up next week, he's not going to be there. And the thing that gets me with Guerin is that he says, well, there's lots of teams that have restricted free agents that aren't signed yet. I don't know that there's lots of teams. And I think in general that's not necessarily a reason. It almost sounds like, why are you doing that? Well, Billy did it. Okay, well, if Billy jumped off a cliff, well, Billy says, and this is of course Bill Guerin, right? I just I find that weird for a GM to go, well, they don't have theirs signed either. Yeah, apparently they're waiting on Kaprizov. The word out of Vancouver's been that Pettersson's waiting on a Kaprizov contractor. They're waiting on that for comparable. They're waiting on him. That again, that's all the rumor. But it would be nice to see these players signed in training camp and just done. It's one of those things that just gets exhausting. Going back to William Nylander when that took forever on the Toronto side of it, and then he signed a contract that everybody agreed was a great deal. Not so much. But anyways, Bill Guerin still publicly stating, I'm not worried. No big deal. I'm not worried. He is the epitome of that dog in the fire saying this is fine. Now, since it's right before camp, a lot of quotes that I'm seeing that I could have put on the board today, and I didn't. A lot of the things I'm seeing, a lot of the excitement I'm seeing around teams, it's the same. And for most players before camp, and I'm saying most because there are definitely players going into Arizona, Buffalo, they don't have delusions about what's going on here. They're going to try their best. But I'm just going through, just off the top of my head, things we're going to hear a lot of over the next couple weeks. We're excited for this season. How do you guys feel? We're excited for this upcoming season. Well, good. We believe we can win a cup. We're here to win. Also good. Yeah. So it's funny because one of the articles I saw was like Marner talking about, we still think we can win. Well, what else are they going to say? We're glad there's pressure on us. Again, what else are they going to say? Are they going to tell people, can you stop putting pressure on us? Who picked us to win the cup? Really? Why? Now everybody's going to expect us to win. It's weird. We learned a lot last year. Sometimes I learned a lot last year. That's after they've lost. We learned a lot last year. Do you want to expand on that? We learned what it takes to win, and, we had that bitter taste in our mouth after that loss, and we're going to have to go out there and we're going to have to try 110% this year, and it's a clean slate, chance to take the next step. Chance to take the next step is going to be said a lot over the next couple weeks. Other than here, it's not showing up on the board. Because again, I can just fill the board with quotes in training camp from everybody. Because again, it's this wonderful thing about sports that after the Stanley Cup is awarded, the slate is wiped clean and everybody's getting ready for the next one, right? Except for the team that wins the Stanley Cup, they get to party with it for the summer. But yeah, it's a clean slate, and then we're not satisfied with what we've done. This also means Stanley Cup winners. So you're not going to see a Stanley Cup winner come in now like 80 pounds overweight and, maybe a little bit tipsy and saying, I don't really care. We just won the cup. We really don't care. That's not a thing, as entertaining as that would be, and that would definitely be headline grabbing. It's not the case. And they'll always say we're not satisfied. So expect Tampa to say a lot. We're not satisfied with 2. We want to win another. We like winning. We want to win more. Everybody likes winning. I'm excited for a chance to prove myself. This is something that we're going to hear from players who haven't got contracts, like the tryouts. We're going to hear this with rookies coming in. We're going to hear it with veterans on brand new teams. We're going to hear it from veterans who had a poor year last year, and from players who missed the playoffs last year and maybe were seen as part of the reason why. I'm excited for a chance to prove myself. I can't prove that there's like a quote generator and they just get told they have like every hockey player has an earpiece and they get told the quote generator says say this. But I don't have proof that doesn't exist. And I feel the best I have felt coming into camp. You're going to hear a lot about this guy's gained 20 pounds of muscle. He's going to be great. This guy's lost 10 pounds over the summer. He's going to be great. This guy's been doing a lot of strength training. This guy's been doing a lot of agility training. This one's been like, and it's going to be all stuff that's different. This guy watched all the Rockies montages and tried to recreate them. And so, yeah, we're going to hear that a lot too, and about how great they are. And then the interesting thing is that when we get into the season, sometimes those guys who've lost weight needed that weight. It changes how they play. Some of the guys who gain the weight, they might lose some agility on the ice. So it is interesting to see how in real games, in actual results and all of that, how it turns out for them. But there you go. I just thought that would be fun to look through today. All the things we're going to hear with training camp coming that I can't put on the board. I can't. Because it just, yeah, it's... Because again, one thing with all these quotes, since everybody's saying it, there's going to be somebody who's saying who doesn't really believe it. There is a player somewhere who's saying, yeah, we're here to win the Stanley Cup and we believe in ourselves, and as soon as the cameras are off, they turn to their teammate and go, did you believe any of that? Because, man, I don't know. Coach is just a raging dingus. Did you ask to get traded? Yeah, me too. I don't think we're ever getting out of this hellhole. It's never going to happen. No. Oh, here comes Coach. Just pretend. Yeah, 110% Coach. Yeah, that's dingus. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's that time of year, and I'm here for it. But remember, not that much time from now, and we'll start to see real results in real time, and then the inane quotes change. They become different, but they are very similar the whole way through. And yeah, there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And when will the RFAs start to sign? When's that going to happen? I went out yesterday again and I thought nothing's happened. We're to the point where there's such a logjam that even me leaving the house, doesn't make things happen. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. And hey, thank you guys so much for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.